Yeah, so here we are, ladies. We're all out here for you. We're here when those guys won't be there for you. Are you kidding me? Do you think any of these cowards that would bring you in here care about you at all? They can't possibly care about you. I'll tell you why. They won't look up the record of this place. Any guy, any man would look up the record of some place when people were warning. You know, I had a Muslim guy here one time. He brought his lady in here, walked in. I was warning. He comes out the door and he said the most amazing words to me. He said, "Wisdom tells me to listen to the man that's warning me about something." I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. It really was amazing. And you know what? He got his precious lady out of here. It was amazing. Actually got to see him become a man. You know, ladies, I want to warn you about where you are, the record of this place. Since those guys won't look them up for you. The guy that owns this place, his name's James Pendergraft. He's a convicted felon. He spent time in prison. His medical license was revoked 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago, they finally revoked this butcher and drug driver and drug dealer's license. 6 weeks ago. Can you imagine? Finally. He owes the state of Florida $140,000 in fines. He's found guilty of destroying a young lady and fined $36 million. $36 million, ladies. Please, ladies, look him up. Look him up. 36 million. Now, he's tried other ways to make money. So now he's been arrested and pled guilty to manufacturing and sales of LSD, cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamines. Look him up, ladies. Look where Mr. Wonderful's brought you to today. Look at where that coward in your life has brought you today. He wouldn't go. That's right, sir. I'm sorry. We call him as we see him. Look at where that coward has brought you to today. He thinks he's a savvy shopper. He thinks he's getting a deal here. Yeah, you're getting a deal, all right. Why do you think they're cheaper? Why do you think they're cheaper than everybody else? You think it's because they have all these fuzzy feelings for you? These guys want your money. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. You know, I've been coming here for 15 years. I've been here every day for the last 9. Come from a church that wants to help you, that has helped literally thousands of young ladies come out of here. Well, ladies, please come out of here. Come out and talk to Kimberly. Kimberly came down, you know, her friends decided that Kimberly needed to go get a break from her 7 kids. So I sent her down here to stay in a nice hotel and go to a conference and eat breakfast in bed. But no, what does Kimberly do? She comes down here on the sidewalk to call out to you, to tell you about the wonderful things God has done for her and how He's provided for her and her 7 children after her husband passed away last year. Ladies, we're not your enemies. God calls us here. God calls us to come down and offer you every way of escape. He's bigger than any situation. I know that your eyes are blinded right now, you can't see. Again, God tells us everything in His Word. In 2 Timothy chapter 2, it says to correct those that are in opposition. If perhaps God would grant them repentance and open their eyes, that they might see the snare of the devil, having been taken by him to do his will. That tells us you're stuck in a trap. It's been laid out by the devil himself, and you're blind and stuck in that trap. Unless you move today, like the 4 girls that chose life yesterday. Unless you move today, unless he moves today, you'll go through with this. There's no doubt in our minds. But God tells us that you're blind and stuck in a trap. But it says, perhaps God will grant them repentance and open their eyes that they might see. You'll go on and you'll slaughter this baby today, and God will avenge the death. He absolutely will. You know, the Bible tells us that your baby is not an accident today. The Bible tells us in the book of Ruth, the last chapter, it says, God granted conception to Ruth. God gave you this baby. It's like Kimberly's been telling you all out here this morning. This is no accident. It may be unplanned, but it's no accident. Your baby is valuable today. I want you to know how valuable this baby is to God. Your baby has a name today. The Bible tells us he named you, he named me, and he named your baby before he even created the earth. Before he even created the earth, he named your baby. He has a purpose for your baby. There's purposes for everybody. I mean, God had a purpose for you. He had a purpose for you drivers in there. I want you to think about this. Maybe your purpose that God had for you was to get your friend out of this place. God has a purpose for everything and everyone. And I've been watching the news lately of all these people that have been coming out and talking about how they were pressured to slaughter their baby in abortion. I think of Celine Dion's mom. Man, what are you going to say to God? Huh?
I'm good with God.
You're not good, man. Oh, man, you are on the fighting side of him. Good with God. Money's more important than babies in here. We got it all today. Morons exploding on the sidewalk. It's all here. The enemy is here. Man, such darkness. All these people lining up to come and sit in a butcher shop of women to have their children hacked in pieces. Oh, by the way, please have a moment of silence when the guy gets here in a little while to pick up all the dead babies from the last week. He'll come right through the lobby there. Just ask you to have a moment of silence as he collects all the babies out of the freezer, throws them in those cardboard boxes, and comes out. Because yours will be coming out that way next week. Ladies, please, get out of this place. You have no idea. God has been so kind to send people all the way down here just to help you. We don't want anything from you. The workers in there, they want your money. The scumbags that brought you here just want to get rid of their responsibility. These guys are subhuman. They're half maggot and half cockroach. Bring their ladies here to be violated in the worst possible way imaginable. Have their sons and daughters ripped apart. There's no men in this stinking rat hole. There are no men here. There isn't one ball between the whole bunch of them. Not one. I know they're sitting in there, they're going, why, I'm gonna this and I'm gonna that. You'll do nothing. Cowards do nothing. They just sit. Unbelievable, these guys. Unbelievable. so far from what God had in mind for a man to be. You know, no matter what religion you are, creed, whatever you are, an atheist, whatever you call yourself, God has put inside of every man. God has put inside of every man the desire to protect their ladies and their children. Not these guys, not the guys here. They could care less. I mean, ladies, look these guys in the eyes and ask them. Hold their hands. Hold those sweaty little squirmy little fingers of theirs and look them in the eyes and say, honey, would you go get a vasectomy at a place where they cut a guy's penis off, fined him $36 million, and killed another patient? Ask those guys, ladies. Are you kidding me? Do you think they'd go there? But they'll bring you here. They won't even take their dog to a vet with a record like this, but they'll bring you here. These guys are scum. We can help you with all that too. I've taken girls all the way to Tennessee before to get away from the maggots that would bring them here. And we'll do the same for you. It's amazing, this place. Man, this is why God hates this so much. You know what he tells us in Daniel chapter 19? No, Jeremiah 19. He tells us that this is the unthinkable sin. That's what God calls this. The unthinkable sin. Then we got this thing walking in here saying she's okay with God. What kind of blindness is this? God says it's the unthinkable sin. She thinks it's fine. We got a problem here. I'll tell you what it is. She's got the wrong God. She's got that fuzzy little one. It's all in touch with her feelings. Gives her goosebumps when they turn on the smoke machines and the colored lights. She's got the wrong God. And anybody in here that thinks that you're fine with God in here, behind the house of demons, you got another thing coming. You know, there's a group of people in the Bible that think they know God. They think they're fine with God, just like this mouth that walked in the door a minute ago. You can see him in Matthew chapter 7. You can see him in Matthew chapter 25. They all think they're good with God. And then you see Jesus dumping them all into hell. And they're screaming at the top of their lungs, Lord, Lord, didn't I do this for you and that for you? He looks out at them and says, depart from me, you workers of lawlessness, into everlasting torment. I never knew you. That's you, young lady, that think you're fine with God in here. Slaughtering innocent children. It's amazing. And you guys that would bring a girl here, you even have a worse situation. I mean, you can look in the book of Revelations. There's a special place for you. You're the first ones dumped into the lake of fire. It says the cowards, they're first. The cowards are first. You guys in here refuse to stand and protect your lady and your children. Maggots, cockroaches, that's what you guys are.